Divan, founder director of UNMISH, welcome all participants, guests, friends, family, and all those who've taken out their precious time to watch our National Fest POORNAM 2021 for special children. We will be witnessing spectacular performances together and some insight from actors Mr. Roman Irani, Mr. Ashish Vidyarthi, and our judges Master Vikram Ghosh, Director Surajit Mitra. We start our session with our very special guest this morning, our very own Roman Irani, who needs no introduction as an actor or as a theatre person. His versatile roles have entertained us for decades. Welcome, Mr. Irani.
Thank you. I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. There's a slight lag. So it takes me a little time to catch the words. I apologize. Good morning. Good morning to all who are tuned in. Good to be here. Thank you very much. I like it when you introduce me as our very own. I'm so glad. Thank you for that wonderful warm welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful morning. Year after year, I plan out-of-the-box events named POORNAM, which means to complete us, in order to create opportunities for our special months for participation, recognition of talent, inclusion of school and college students, touching every part of the society, stepping towards our dream of an inclusive community. The present scenario has given us the opportunity to connect with people from every corner of the country and the globe. We are overwhelmed with the response of over 700 registrations for POORNAM 2021. We at UNMISH run a school, a therapy unit, and a vocational training center. We work with every disability, mild to profound, from a 7-day-old child to a 35-year-old adult, touching about 800 lives till date. I still remember the day when we started UNMISH, about 12 years ago, with a single student, my son, Nikunj. And now I can proudly say that we have successfully mainstreamed more than 60% of our children. UNMISH is a non-profit organization, and we run support to the underprivileged section of special needs through free orthosis, therapies, training, and here we share a small video of our work.
From its inception in 2009, UNMISH Center for Children has been a non-profit organization that dreams of an inclusive society and works closely with children with special needs and their families. UNMISH is certainly a reiteration of another name for compassion and hope.
With my son when he was born and through the years, I could not find a place where I could take him for proper therapies or where he would develop as he grows. So there was so much of delayed milestones, a lot of things which he was unable to do, be it education-wise, behavioral problems.
UNMISH strives for clinical excellence. It provides various services and therapies for children with developmental disorders and learning and behavior issues in order to provide them with a better and dignified life.
What is the first thing that we need to address? Is it behavior? Is it motor? Is it development that we need? The first, we prioritize the needs of the child and we gradually make a goal plan. And on Saturdays, Sundays, we have recreation as well. That is called a weekend school, where we children come for music, dance, movement, computers and play therapy. We started this vocational unit, giving the child free vocational training
and behavior
with money concept, fine motor coordination. So children are doing a lot of craft, painting, and we're doing bandhni. We've set up chalk machine, which makes about 400 chalks in 15 minutes. We've set up a loom, making mats, napkins, scarves, stoles, asanas, tray cloths. We identify one small area in a village, like we did in Mednipur area. We went to one club. In the vicinity of the club, we inspected each and every house and found out children from the age group of 0 to 18. We screened each child and we gave them orthosis for those children who had cerebral palsy or any form of motor delay. We started with one child, Nikunj. thanks to him that I could see this world, meet so many parents, see so many children. That each child is so different. Each parent is so different. Each child is so unique.
If you can't be a highway, be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that we win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
Big, huge group in Dubai, which I frequent. I take my friend Johnny Lever there, and we have a wonderful time. Lots to learn, lots to experience, a lot of emotionality, lots of love, and in many ways, lots of learning from special children. There was this very young little girl whose teacher. It was very strange that the teacher herself was not a very confident public speaker. She was not a special person, but she was not a confident special speaker. And she was very shy to speak in public. So the little special child told the teacher, if you feel nervous when you see a lot of people, just look into the audience and see my face and talk to me and see how the words come. And I think that is the most beautiful thing I've heard. And she thinks, she says, I'm so beautiful. And I feel there is so much to learn, so much of happiness. I think it's got to do with the teachers. It's got to do with the care. And I would like to congratulate UNMISH on what you are doing. And that's why I'm here just as a support. I don't know how I can help, but I'm here just to wish you all and thank you all for the wonderful work that you are doing.
Thank you so much. And do you think there is inclusion of special needs in cinemas?
Not really, but there can be. However, there are many degrees of special representation. I think the one film which was not necessarily special children, but children with learning disabilities, I think was very well documented in a film called Tare Zameen Par. And I think Amir Khan did a great job doing that. But that was for learning disability more than anything else. However, slow and steady, things can be represented well. I think there is a wonderful filmmaker and an actress called Aparna Sen. I don't know, you must be knowing, she comes from your part of the world. And in all her films, there will always be, whether it's in a bus or whether it's there will always be one special person, child, and the representation is very, very well done, because it's not done there for you to feel sorry for the person. It's just that they are part of the spectrum of society. And if there is a group of people in a bus or in a room, there will always be, a special person. And I think that's a wonderful way to do it, to accept that this is the whole spectrum of human beings that society is made up of. So that's one little case, but I think we can do much better than that, honestly. We can do much better.
It is just that we aim at inclusion. Cinema perhaps, but in your own life, as you said, you've met one child. And as you're growing up,
I've met many children. Not one, many, hundreds and thousands over the years. So I have a couple of friends' kids who are special, and the way the friends go about as if she's very much part of the family, and I think that's so beautifully done.
So from here, it's just great to hear your insightful words. I would now like to bring performance with one of my special child, Shreya.
Okay.
And our volunteer, Jay Raj. They would be giving you a melodious performance. And I would like to just listen to them first.
Sure.
Check.
You have to turn on Poornam's mic.
तुझको मैं रख लूं वहाँ जहाँ पे नहीं है मेरा यकीन, मैं जो तेरा ना हुआ किसी का नहीं, किसी का नहीं। ले जाए जाने कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं। बेगानी है ये बागी हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए। तुझको मैं रख लूँ वहाँ जहाँ पे नहीं। मैं जो तेरा ना हुआ किसी का नहीं, किसी का नहीं। ले जाए हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं। बेगानी है हवाएं, ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं। ले जाए जाने कहाँ ना मुझको खबर, ना तुझको पता। बनाती है जो तू वो यादें जाने संग मेरे कब तक चले। इन्हीं में तो मेरी सुबह भी डले शाम डले मौसम डले, ख्यालों का शहर तू जाने तेरे होने से ही आबाद है। हवाएं हक में वो ही है आते जाते जो तेरा नाम ले, देती है जो सदाएं हवाएं हवाएं। ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए तुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं। ले जाए मुझे कहाँ हवाएं हवाएं, ले जाए जाने कहाँ ना मुझको खबर, ना तुझको पता। हो 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 हो। Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shreya. And these, Mr. Irani, we do such integrated performances where volunteers from school and colleges come and train our children. And annually we have programs so that the society would know that our children are no less. And we all perform together to have a very fun event year after year.
Wonderful.
So is there any message you would like to give to parents?
Well, I just said a couple of things that were very close to my heart. That one thing that we must not expect from society, as you said, and something that I also learnt is sympathy. And because the parents treat their children like any normal child, like any other child, like me, like you, like anyone else. But it is society that needs to actually wake up and understand that they should not look with that gaze, give unnecessarily extra attention just so that you may feel that you're being nice. You feel nice about yourself, when you're being unnecessarily effusive and kind, and just treat people normally. There was a time, a little story before I go. I was doing a little ad. I was doing a film for the blind, and I went to their home just to have a chat with them, and the whole family was So the lady told me, I'm so happy you're doing this. I said, yes, you know, wonderful, wonderful. And she turned on and told me, please, whatever you do in your film, please don't do anything to evoke any sympathy. That's one request. I mean, we live like normal people. I know where the switch is. I know when to feed my kids. I know how to teach them. I do their homework with them. So we don't want anyone to look at us and feel sorry for us. So when you make a film, make us feel that we are part of society. Similarly, in this particular case, when it comes to special children, I think we gaze too much, or we are overly sympathetic, and that oh so sad, oh so sweet. I would rather speak to society rather than parents. And for the parents, for the way you bring up these children, and for the teachers, I have nothing but respect and nothing but love to show all of you.
And we would really want people like you to come forward and talk to parents. It makes a lot of difference when parents are actually advocated for.
Right.
Like you said, we do not need to over sympathize.
Right.
That's more important, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we would now have a dance performance, which is an integrated performance by Rashmi, who is profoundly hearing impaired, and Vidhi, who has Down syndrome, along with a volunteer, Vedika, on the beats of Kaun, played by Anubhav, who has cerebral palsy. So Rashmi would be dancing from Mumbai, and we will have your offline performances.
Yeah. So I don't know how long this performance is, but I have to get into another event. So can you tell me how long?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
but
you
I will
so much for
I will
coming,
wait.
Mr. Rani.
I will
We
wait for as
continue
long.
with our program.
I will wait for as long as I can to watch this performance. But then if I leave, please excuse me. I hope you don't mind. I had given, I had to leave at 11:45 to get into my next program.
Sure.
You
Thank you so
understand?
much.
So I'm going to watch this as long as I can, and then I'll leave. So thank you very much for having me. Bye bye. I will be watching this as much as I can. I'm waiting for those people to let me in. Okay?
That was a phenomenal performance.
That was phenomenal. Thank you very much. I have to leave now. Bye, everybody. I've got to see you. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Proud of you, Rashmi and Vidhi, and definitely Vedika for teaching our kids. We now welcome our first judge, Mr. Shubhrajit Mitra, on stage, please. Mr. Mitra is an Indian filmmaker working in Bengali film industry. Presently considered one of the 10 best young generation directors of the country. His film Abhijatre was ranked.
If the child's dominant element is fire, they can click a photo of the sun or a diya. If it's water, they can capture the rain. For earth, they can click a picture of trees, clouds for air, and so on.
So here we have the top 10 entries selected by Mr. Mitra out of the hundreds of entries that we got.
Water. I'm generally a very calm and quiet person and flow gently as a river, not disturbing my surroundings. But if anyone disturbs me, I react just like a river, having ripples when a stone is thrown in it. Like a river, I like to make everyone around me happy. In fact, in class 8, my teacher once told my mother that my presence in the class is like an oasis in a desert. My name is Abhiroop Ghosh, 27 years old, diagnosed with learning disability from Kolkata. I relate myself to space because I am calm and quiet. I participate in every gathering, meeting and debate, but my presence is not noticed easily. I like to observe people and their activities. Observes everything from the top. My name is Ahana Pal, 24 years old, diagnosed with autism from Kolkata. My favorite season is the rainy season. I enjoy watching rain from my balcony. I also like to paint and color sceneries from rain with bright colors. My name is Korak Das, 17 years old, diagnosed with Down syndrome from Kolkata. I identify myself with water as I go with the flow very easily and in the process learn things very easily. This nature of mine helped me gain success and accolades. My name is Koyal Basu, 21 years old with Down syndrome from Kolkata. I think my element is fire as I always introduce myself as a fire bomb. Basically, I'm a warm and lovable person, but when anyone is disturbing me or irritating me, I burst out like a fire bomb. I am also very passionate about dancing and photography. A fire burns inside me for these things. My name is Shreya Gami. I'm 26 years old with Down syndrome from Kolkata. I think my dominant element is water, easily adjustable in any mold. I am pure, I am soft and transparent as water. My name is Shrinjan Ghosh, 20 years old with learning disability from Pune. I feel connected to water as it is the most versatile element and I too feel like a jack of all trades. I too carry the undying will of freedom and hold an ocean of possibilities within me.
নমস্কার কবি সুকান্ত ভট্টাচার্য মৃত পৃথিবী কি আছে উদাতুর কাঁধে সারা বিশ্ব চারিদিকে ঝরে পড়া রক্ত জীবন আজকে উত্তক্ত, আজকের দিন নয় কাব্যের, পরিণাম আর সম্ভাব্যের, ভয় নিয়ে দিন কাটে নিত্য, জীবনে গোপন দুর্বৃত্ত, তাই তো জীবন আজ রিক্ত, অলস হৃদয় সেদ সিক্ত, আজকে প্রাচীর গড়া ভিন্ন, পৃথিবী ছড়াবে ক্ষত চিহ্ন, অগোচরে নামে হিমশৈত্য।
We now move on to the second category of the event, which is beyond your element. This category was for 6 to 16 years. We all know that we are composed of the 5 elements, but beyond this, there is a 6th element in our life. And Mr. Bikram Ghosh, who's here with us today, has seen all the entries. Good afternoon, Mr. Ghosh.
Good afternoon. Am I heard? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Great.
Thank you so much for taking out your precious time today.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
These elements that we have in us, as we said, one of the dominant element, there is one 6th element in our life that is beyond these 5 elements. There is someone in our lives who complete us, who makes us, especially for our special children. That could be the mother, the father, a sibling, a therapist, a neighbor, even a pet. So this is celebration of the 6th element of our lives. That is what is beyond your element is about. And in this category, every child had to send an entry with your 6th element, wearing the same color clothes and dancing or enacting something in a 1-minute video. We've got hundreds of entries for this video, and Mr. Bikram Ghosh has selected his top 10. And here we show his top 10. Welcome, Mr. Ashish Vidyarthi, to the show. So nice of you to join us. Good afternoon. A very, very warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Beyond your element. And this is the sixth element is when Priyanshi Singh, 10-year-old with learning disability, and a sixth element is a mother. fulfill my need. Plays with me and dances with me.
मुंडा थोड़ा ऑफ बीट है पर कुड़ियां दे नाल बहुत स्वीट है मुंडा थोड़ा ऑफ बीट है पर कुड़ियां दे नाल बहुत स्वीट है ढोंगी सा ये बड़ा ढीठ है वायरल हो गया ये ट्वीट पर फूल वूल करने में कूल तू बड़ी तेज कटारी है शगन तेरी की लगन तेरी की हमने कर दी तैयारी है नच देने सारे रंग मिल के आज हिले डुल के ले सारे के सारे नजारे नच देने सारे रंग मिल के आज हिले डुल के ले सारे के सारे नजारे खसमानों का नहीं
Thank you so much, Mr. Bikram Ghosh, for selecting these top 10. And I'm sure you've seen, like most of our children have their sixth element as their parents, mother, sister, or sibling. That's it. I'm yet to find a neighbor. I'm yet to find someone else as their parent. So we got so many entries, but almost 80% had their parents. And this entire event helped the parents to gear up, to get, common clothes, to put up an act. And it was like, in the past 1.5 years, there was anything to do with our children. Kids were getting like a burden to the parents at times. But this event made them more enthusiastic, put up something that they want to do definitely and participate. And that was the only sole purpose of the event. Thank you so much. And Mr. Ghosh, I would just like to ask you this. Like, music is therapy. Anything to do with our children. How much do you think kids were getting like a burden to the parents at times? It helps everyone. But I would just want your insight on music. More enthusiastic, put up something that they want to do definitely and participate. And that was the only sole purpose of the event.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. And
I'm heard, right?
Mr. Ghosh, I would just like to ask you this.
Okay.
Like,
Hi, Ashish. How are you? Long time.
Anything to do with our children. How much do you think kids were getting like a burden to the parents at times? It helps
Music
everyone. But I would just want your insight on music. Enthusiastic.
One of the most powerful tools we have to
and that was the only
make our lives beautiful. Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. And
I always
Mr. Ghosh,
think that, if we could speak our daily language in a tune, I don't think there is any chance of any strife or any jhagda or any fights. Just imagine somebody is in the middle of a fight with somebody is talking, oh my God, how do you do this to me? How do you do that to me? Blah, blah, blah. And they start speaking in a tune. How did you do that to me? How did you do it? It just completely dissipates all the negative energy. So music has that incredible power to beautify things. And I think there is our human communication has two facets. One is the communication that we achieve through the usual modus, language, gesticulation, etc. But when we communicate through music, or we don't even need to communicate to each other, when we internalize music, or when we feel music and derive something out of it, I think we are uniquely empowered in that moment. we feel such positivity that we feel we can achieve many more things than we possibly could. So for children and for all children, simply put, I think music has a great influence, which works primarily on the subconscious. There is a calming of the subconscious. There is a beautification. There is a nurturing of the imagination, which works through music, and I have seen that to never fail. I teach many children, and I interact with a fair number of children, and I see that other things in their life improves when they learn a form of music or listen to a form of music. So yes, I'm really glad that you've done this, and I personally am very grateful to you that I was able to see these amazing talents, like especially the first boy who sang. I forget his name. He's uniquely talented. He definitely should pursue music as a profession in the future, because he has a perfect articulation of notes, which I think is a great talent. So yeah, many of the young men and women who danced also have great coordination skills. So I'm very happy to have seen this, and I'm really hoping that you will help these children to find the exact mode of musical expression that they need, because our tendency as a society is to either put people towards singing or to dancing, but you never know that it might be a percussion instrument, it might be a guitar, even the keyboards. There are many things that are possibilities. So the parents can try out different possibilities with the children and see which one adheres best to that particular child's attraction.
Yes, definitely. So Mr. Bikram Ghosh is here with us talking about music and its impact. So, and he's one of the India's greatest classical tabla players, revered globally for his skills on the tabla, and also for being one of the pioneers of experimental fusion music. An extremely successful music director, he has scored for over 38 feature films, one of which got him an Oscar mention. And I would like to Mr. Bikram Ghosh, who has taken out actually time to watching each video. And here we also welcome our Mr. Ashish Vidyarthi. Mr. Ashish Vidyarthi is one of India's leading motivational speakers and a life coach. It has led him to teach, develop, inspire, ignite more than 1 million people with his talks and shows. As a national award-winning actor, Ashish brings unique perspective gained from working in over 200 films across 11 different languages and diverse cultures to organizations. So that's like, working in so many different languages must be really difficult, I'm sure. So my first question to you, Mr. Vidyarthi, would be, since you worked in these languages, do you feel language is a barrier in expression?
So namaskar. First of all, Bikram, namaskar. Wonderful meeting you after years.
Same here. Long time.
And to meet on such a platform when such amazing work is being done. So if we come down to the question and we just connect it to this, there are barriers if you say there are, and there are no barriers. There are no walls if you choose not to see it. I've always felt that, we divide the world into us and them, into like us and others. And the moment we keep going into that kind of a world, there are differences, there are difficulties, because it's they and us. And that could be with language, that could be with abilities, that could be with comprehension of ideas, so different. Something which Bikram spoke of, to really understand that so there are so many things, what we say is that's the difference between us. And I say, I got it. I said, tell me, what is it that we can bridge between you and me? And music, as Bikram so beautifully shared, is to do with emotion. Appreciation of anything is to do with an emotion. Love is to do with emotion. Acceptance is to do with emotion. And all these happen in spite. They don't wait for a because. So the moment we say, when we talk of challenges, any sort of challenges, it presupposes that for us, there is something else which is without challenge. Please let me know anything in the world which is without challenge. I think it is the human ability to bridge, human ability to cause, human ability to connect, and human ability and want to do something amazing with their life. And the moment we are connected to that possibility, every day is a day of possibilities. And I love this beautiful line by Krishnamurti where he says that, I want you to listen. I'm paraphrasing it. That I want you to listen without bringing your memory in. So each one of us has, I paraphrased him, without bringing your past knowledge into it or past memory into it. So let's face it that, each time a new window opens up, there's a new possibility comes up. And right next to that is our past thought, what we used to think about it, what we used to say is ours and is not ours. And as we transcend, as we go into new realms which do not belong to us, that is when you start getting sensitive to someone else. You may not be going through it, but the very fact that we are connected, there is no difference. The moment, when we come to know of such stories, we say, it is there. How did I not notice it? It is a bit like, this is the human body. And you remember we all have a small toe, that little finger, the left foot. It's just there, very far from us. Not many times we look at it. So each one of us is connected. And therefore, for me, language, again, as a film, in a medium of film, it was just a zariya. We use a zariya to communicate. What matters is what you want to communicate. And everything else is just a way.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vidyarthi. I agree with what you just said. So, and Mr. Ghosh, with like music, and you are working with regular children. So my events are actually always integrated with regular school and college going students. And they are the ones who are going to build the society in future. So Mr. Ghosh, you also train a lot of children. And these kids come to us, our organization, these school, college students, and they teach our children or do performances, do like music therapy, dance therapies. And it's just like, it's an integrated performance, or they just perform, and a kid, a lot of hyperactivity, a lot of behavioral problems, they definitely be much, much more calmer. So I'm sure you would be having students also doing it. So to both of you, my question is, do you think training this and working like this in integration would help in the society? So Mr. Ghosh,
would you like to take that first, please?
Sure. First, Ashish, you spoke beautifully. I mean, so much of there's so much of content in just those few minutes that you spoke. So I do hope that the children here and the teachers take that input. It's just amazing. The question was, just tell me the question one more time exactly. I can't hear you well.
The regular school and college students, training them to be part of these special needs children, is it worth money? How does it help the society at large?
All right. So, I mean, that really isn't a question. It's a rhetorical question. Of course it does. I mean, if you just put two people, not even children, side by side, one who has had exposure to art, any form of art, and one who has not had exposure to art, you will see a complete difference in personality, in philosophy, in the way they conduct themselves, the way they speak. Everything is different. There is a confidence that there is a subjective confidence that occurs inside you when you go through the process of learning an art form. There is a humility that comes inside you. There is the understanding that here is this amazing mountain, a bit intimidating though, but it's in front of you. And once you start to cross it, once you start to understand what it is all about, I think you are exposed to the wonders of the universe. Any art form can be that Zaria, any art form. It can be music, it can be acting, it can be writing, it can be painting. Anything can be that Zaria. The minute we see that, very exposed to it, I think it does something to us, which is very, very powerful. So to answer your question, there is no doubt that yes, it does help.
And I will just, there's a small video which showcases this in an art form with special children. And we had hosted some workshops. And the volunteers, how, as you said, when you put two people together, how these volunteers have impacted with the entire concept of exploring the cosmos.
Yes, I'm young. Mount allowed.
Hi. Hi.
Earth
is wind. I am a very calm is wind. I am a very calm and composed person.
You have to go with the flow and you have to go with the current of things.
Just and in sync with my emotions. I'm just a reliable one.
This is something that is all around us and we can also understand.
So very warm and loving. I get angry and I'm also pretty authoritative.
I'm just light and breezy and I just like to go with the flow.
Peaceful. Well, I can go and have the best life.
Makes my heart beat there.
family.
There.
Family.
Mr. Subhajit, you have to
I just wanted to share one thing as part of your question that you had asked, if I may. Namaskar. I just wanted to share something, if I may. The question that you asked about integration. I think, and that's been brought out so beautifully in that video, and then I'll step out. I think integration is to sensitize people. Okay, it is as much, it's one in which both are gaining. In fact, in Chennai at this point, a couple of days back, my dear friend Suhasini Maniratnam shared with me that how they have developing a township. They had initially thought of a township which had only families with specially able children. But now they have really created an integrated one. And the entire idea is that I just want to connect it with what you shared about the sixth element and how all of them have picked up their parents. Imagine in a integrated, when there is integration, the sixth element will include others too, other than just parents. So thank you so much for your efforts, so much for your vision, and बहुत shukriya aapka. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. बहुत shukriya aapka. More power to you all. More power to UNMISH and everyone associated with it. Thank you so much. बहुत shukriya aapka. Thank you.
So we have here Mr. Subhajit Mitra, who has selected the first part of that entire event. And he has seen how our kids have tried to take pictures. Many of them have never even used a camera or done anything like that. But because there was a competition, we got children trying every form of expressing how they see the world. So, Mr. Mitra, my first question to you is, how did you feel when you were selecting all the entries?
Yeah, it was, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. It's really kind of it opens up a new avenue, a new eye to me. Watching this kids expressing their inner self through the painting, through the photographs, and it's so creatively brilliant. So I really had a time, 30 you have sent it to me, choosing 10 out of 30. I thought I'll be keeping all 30. So really brilliant. So and I enjoy the hard time I had actually, selecting this thing. So it was really
definitely every child is a winner, and
it is.
we had to select 30 to send it to you. Was like it took us so many days to actually compile the 30 for you.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice, and I really enjoyed the process.
And I would like to ask, how is special needs children included in cinema?
As Mr. Irani has told us earlier, Mrs. Sen, Aparna Sen, she has included so many characters. One of her film is very renowned, 15 Park Avenue. It's based on a special child played by Konkona. So these are really, a path-breaking movies in the history of Indian cinema. So there are instances where the special child is the central protagonist, or played a prominent part in the film, in the history of film.
I was asking not about the subjects being talked about in cinema. Would you give a chance, or how would you include in? It's not only acting, but there's so many other things in cinema. So if a special need child wants to, as not an employment, but more like enjoying any other part of production, any other part. So do you think the cinema world is ready to accept these as people working with them?
I guess, why not? Because other fields are also accepting them. It's not accepting them. It's, they're part of the society. And so, if somebody is excel in certain field, he or she has the right to, work in that field. So.
Exactly. This is what I wanted to hear. They are also part of the society, and not just, you choose them because they are special, or you think if they're capable, if anyone wants to do any part of the work, they are most welcome to do it. And I'm sure probably in your next movies, do you want to say something about how you feel being in these special needs departments, seeing these children, your encounters with special children?
Unfortunately, I didn't had any before this, so I was kind of really looking forward for this, and definitely
you encountered my son.
Absolutely, he's a delight. We just came when we were coming along, so we just had a brief introduction with him. So, and I really like the entire journey, and definitely today. So I pledge my friendship to all the special
of
children.
Course. So happy Friendship Day to each and everyone who are watching the show, and everyone present here. Thank you for reminding us. So we made a lot of new friends today on this show, and we always talk about mothers being the backbone of our children. So here there is a father who's been silently supporting our children, and especially UNMISH, and everyone. UNMISH wouldn't have happened, and the journey behind Nikunj is the silent support of his dad, Vishal Devan. So we would all of us sit and watch his performance now. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
Neetaji, welcome so much to this show. And she is the founder and director of Wings and running, it's a kindergarten school, and has an insight. Basically, I met her this year only, and she is amazing with kids and has a very good insight to how kids and parents, interact. And I have been very, very impressed by her work. And she is also running an NGO. So, would you like to say something?
Sure, Neetaji. Huge respect for you for bringing up such a beautiful program. And UNMISH has now become very close to me. As an early child educator, I feel we are very responsible for understanding the special needs of a child. And it is that time when these special needs can be corrected. So I'm looking forward to tying up with UNMISH for all of the small children that we have in our institute, and any kind of a behavioral issues or any kind of a special need which we feel we can connect to her and we can get it corrected at a very early age. Because 0 to 6 years, where it is our forte, because the preschool is a very important period in a child's life where a lot of corrections can take place in case there is any kind of a need. And especially I really believe in inclusion. I also run an NGO for underprivileged children, again for the preschool years, and I feel you've done a great job and a great respect to you for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neetaji. And we both share the same name. We'll be sharing our work together very soon. And as she rightly said, the sooner the better. So early intervention program is the most important thing a child can do. And I would like now Nishant. He is a lifestyle coach. So, and he gives a lot of energy to each person. And I think he's given me a lot of energy to what I'm doing today. Nishant.
Everybody. Out of words actually to see the kind of work you're doing compared to what we think that we are doing a lot for society by helping health and fitness. But this is beyond beyond imagination and beyond. Of course, this is my first introduction towards this part of the society, and now I feel like I have been missing quite a lot. And somehow I need to contribute to this part. So great respect for you and the work that you're doing. Thank you so much for.
Thank you so much. Neetaji, this is basically a few things made by our children only, and a small thank you note written by my son. So, there's nothing much, it's just a card. Thank you so much for being here. And we have our board members here, Mr. Vivek Gupta, who's the president of my institute. Vishal Devan, please carry on. Amit, Shyansh. So they are all my silent people who've been working, basically saying yes to whatever I say. So every year I have crazy ideas. I arranged a blind date where Shyansh helped me a lot. And I would like Shyansh.
Great to be a part of so beautiful to see, so overwhelming to see these kids I was very happy.
Thank you so much. So my president.
See, the job is all being done by Ms. Neeta Devan, my sister. She's been doing it for a lot of years. We are just there in the board to sign the papers and to come and maybe just talk. So I don't want to say much. It's she who's done everything, always.
Thank you so much. And he just sang for us. He's been singing in my life in all these years. So.
And all the children, and also the volunteers, and all the supporters, and overwhelmed by their support.
And I would like all my volunteers to come here, please. Actually, anything that I come forward with, anything that I do, the entire thing, and I'm really apologize for a lot of technical glitch. And this is my first time ever to have an online and an offline event. The entire combination of all these things and guests coming at different times made me just, I think I just missed out a lot of my script. We missed out a lot of things. I would like to just ended up with one video and the volunteers, I would just please let us come forward, please. Can we have the last video, please? I would just like to show you something that our institute, these kids, actually, they are the ones who made the videos. I'm very bad at technical stuff. So, just this last one video.
Therapy.